Hello everyone, it is I am back yet again with another video. Um I think I'm probably one of the worst YouTubers out there because every time I make a video I have to apologize for the time gap between the current video and the last one. Like I'm always posting videos months apart. So I'm sorry for that. But yes, so today we are going to talk about something that I've been talking about since I finished it, but I haven't made a video on it. But there is so much to talk about my exchange experience abroad, so I'm gonna try to include the most important things that I possibly can. Why is my forehead looking so weird just now? Yes, I'm gonna try to include the most important experiences as I possibly can. But yes, this video, as you will see by the caption, is about my exchange semester abroad as an international student at the University of Toronto. Specifically St. George campus, because University of Toronto has 3 campuses. There's the Scarborough campus, there's the Mississauga campus, and there is the St. George campus, which is in the heart of downtown Toronto, and that is where I spent my 4 close to 5 months abroad. So I'm gonna start by talking about my cultural experience. So Toronto is pretty diverse actually. So my experiences of authentic Canadian culture would have been with my interactions with non-Toronto natives, like people from Saskatchewan or Alberta, or like other provinces up north. I did meet a lady from Quebec. Her French was so beautiful. I can't remember her name though. Yeah, but her French was so beautiful. It put my 5 years of high school French to shame. But Quebec French is different from like French. So like if you go to France, they would speak a slightly different linguistic French than they would in Quebec, Canada. Yeah, but my cultural experience was very diverse. Not simply because Toronto is a diverse city, but because as an exchange student, I met other exchange students, hundreds of them, from so many different places, and we were all able to have conversations about where we're from, our different experiences. We had a lot of fun together. There's a specific group of friends I have, the homies. If you're looking at this, I love you very much. So I was able to experience European culture, North American culture, American culture, culture from countries that I never met people from before. Like I met Italians. I'm making it sound like an alien or something, but bear in mind I am coming from Trinidad and Tobago specifically, which is a smaller island. And when you see or hear these things, it's really only in the media, on the news, on the social media apps. Like for example, I remember having to explain to many of my other exchange student friends that I had never seen snow before. And they're like, you haven't seen snow? And I'm like, well, it's not gonna snow on an island. So no, I've only ever seen snow on American television. So that was a really amazing cultural experience to me personally. Experiencing snow for the first time. It was cold, yes, but it was so beautiful. 10 out of 10, and I cannot wait to experience it again. The first snowfall that Toronto had when I was there was on November 15th, and I remember the date because it was also magical. I remember just waking up and looking out the window, expecting it to be a regular old day in the fall, and everywhere was white, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's snowing. It's snowing. Yeah, so cultural experiences that stood out to me, if I'm to summarize this part of the video: seeing snow for the first time, meeting hundreds of other exchange students from many different parts of the world, seeing things like raccoons or squirrels, or riding a train for the first time. That was a really amazing experience to me because where I'm from, it's just cars, maybe the occasional bus, but there is not a high-tech fast-paced the public transport system like there is in Toronto, the TTC. I remember having beef with the bus for my neighborhood because sometimes it would be late and sometimes it would be on time and sometimes I would miss the bus. So that was like a joke between me and my friends because like, Sharice, you're always missing the bus. But luckily, the bus was every 20 minutes, so I would just have to wait for the next one, and I was always late. But I love the bus anyhow. That is the TTC Rosedale 82 bus. What else in terms of my cultural experience? Trying Canadian things in terms of food. Like I tried real Canadian maple syrup. It was nice, but I do prefer the processed high fructose, the Aunt Jemima or the pill milling. I do prefer the fake one, but the authentic Canadian maple syrup was really nice. Poutine, which is the fries and the gravy thing with the cheese curds. Yeah, I hated it. I know I'm gonna trigger all the Canadians watching this, but you'll need to. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna start a poutine war in the comments or wherever this video goes. What else? Gosh, there is so much to talk about, but I don't want to make the video too long. Let me talk about my academic experience. So yes, I studied at the University of Toronto, which is one of the top public research universities in the world, one of the top research universities in Canada. It is in the top 16 best universities in the world. I'm giving this school so much PR. Wow. But anyways, it's true. It's all true. My academic experience was enjoyable. There were difficulties, as with any college. I remember a lot of people asked me if U of T is as challenging as people say it is, because U of T is basically the Harvard of the North. The Ivy League of Canadian schools. It's up there like with Harvard and Yale and I'm sorry for the occasional British accent. It's a bad habit. Yeah. What I would say to that is that Ivy League schools are like any other university, but it can be challenging if it is made to be, because okay, let's be honest, right? A school like U of T in comparison to a school like York University and also in Canada. Now York is a good school and U of T is also a good school, but I honestly believe at the core of academic excellence is really just a student putting their mind to his or her work and just prioritizing your free time, prioritizing your academic time, trying to find a balance between the two, which isn't always easy. So sometimes you have to give more in one area than the other. I would say, however, that I do understand why U of T has the higher accreditation that it does, because there is a higher standard that is expected and there is a higher standard that students have to aspire to. So I get the distinction and I did notice it, and it did explain my struggles in certain areas, but please do not let that discourage you from going to U of T, whether it's as a full-time student or whether it's on exchange like I did. If you have the grades, apply. If you don't have the grades, work for the grades, apply, and honestly just see what happens. Try your best, work hard, keep God first as always. What tips can I give? What recommendations can I give? Find friends. I had the privilege, thank God, of having lots of friends, not only in my classes on campus, but in extracurricular activities as well. You all know me, I cannot make any video without talking about the Lord. So I made a lot of friends with a club on campus. U of T has 200 clubs, I think, or more. There are so many clubs. You can find all of them online. I joined Power to Change. If anybody from Power to Change is watching this, I love you very much, especially Sharice. If she's watching this, she's probably not, but yes, and that was a Christian group that took up a lot of my extra fun time, which I enjoyed. There is the U of T tennis club, which I spent some time with as well. But the reason why I'm saying to make sure to have friends and get involved with clubs, because the academic culture at U of T can really be draining, and you can really lose yourself in your schoolwork, and it is so important to keep grounded, not only in your faith but in just having people around you that you can talk to, because sometimes you just need like a night out to relax with your friends. And yes, as I was saying, that last part of the video got interrupted by a dear friend. But yeah, it is really important to have a good circle of friends if you decide to study at U of T, because it is easy to get depressed. It is easy to get lost in the academic culture because it is very demanding. So please have your clubs, have your extracurricular activities, go to the gym, have a good group of friends that you could just go to downtown and just have dinner some night, or go to Nathan Phillips in wintertime and skate, or do something fun. Please have a good support system. College is stressful, but you can make it. Anything else that I can think of? Recommendations. If you are interested in going to U of T, either as a full-time student or to do an exchange semester, there are many resources available online with information for all that stuff. Personally, for me, I was able to attend due to an exchange program offered by the University of the West Indies. Many different universities do study abroad programs with different partner universities. So like I said, I had other exchange student friends who came from different parts of the world, and their schools had a partner relationship with U of T. So if your school does not have a partner relationship with U of T, you cannot do an exchange semester at U of T. If you are applying as a regular student straight out of high school, you want to go to U of T, that is great. Make sure you have a good GPA. Make sure you can afford it. Look for scholarships. There are many scholarships available out there. I would recommend applying for the Lester B. Pearson scholarship, that is fully funded for your undergraduate degree. For study abroad programs, which is more short term, if you're from the Caribbean like me, you can apply for the Emerging Leaders in the Americas scholarship. That is the one that I got. What else? Memorable experiences from Toronto. The snow, DoorDash. I loved ordering food at ridiculous hours and getting it in 15 minutes or less to my door. That was really, really fun. I enjoyed fall so much, like the fall colors, like seeing purple leaves and orange leaves, like that was so beautiful. I enjoyed camping. I went camping with Power to Change, that is the club that I told you guys about, and other Power to Change universities across Canada. We went camping at Fairhaven's campgrounds. We had a wonderful weekend of camping that was really awesome. There is so much more that I can talk about, because honestly, my experience in Toronto was a strong 8 out of 10 overall. And maybe the -2 is for the times that I got sick because of the climate, because it's really cool, guys. So if I can add a recommendation, please make sure you dress well. If you're coming from the Caribbean and you're going to Canada, any part of Canada, whether it's Toronto or otherwise, make sure that you purchase your clothing up there. I went to Toronto with an empty suitcase, and I went to thrift stores and I got clothing, because the weather will kill you if you're not careful. And I'm not even joking. It's really, really cold. It's freezing, you know, like 0 degrees is like a hot summer day. It's really, really cold. You don't wanna be caught lacking. Dress properly, dress in layers, and if you do get the chance to study abroad, yay, go you. I'm rooting for you. If you get the chance to study at U of T full time, yay, go you. I'm rooting for you. I would recommend it. And this is all I have for this video, honestly. I've posted questions and stuff from my telling them that I've answered about my experience abroad. If there's anything I missed, or if anybody wants to know anything in the comments, please comment. If you're planning to go to Canada to study and you want any questions answered at all about the international experience, please drop them below. I will do my best to respond. The experience was great. Toronto is really diverse. It was very welcoming. Academically, there is a challenging academic culture, but you can make it through. And U of T is a gorgeous campus. There are so many different study spots. It's huge. I spent 4 months there and I still have not seen the entire campus. It is so huge. My favorite places were the lounges at Victoria College to study. I loved Second Cup coffee. Oh, I was living in Second Cup, y'all. I do recommend their mocha iced coffees. Those were heavenly. Those were really, really good. I recommend Egg Club, like for a good student friendly restaurant. They have like really nice sandwiches, very affordable. Shopping at Metro is really convenient as well. There is a Metro near campus, near Spadina. I think it's on Spadina. On your way, like if you're walking to Spadina subway station, I'm pretty sure there's a Metro on one of the corners. Yeah, but any other questions, drop them in the comments, because this video can go on forever and let's not do that. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while. I'm sorry again. And yes, that is a very concise summary of my experience as an international exchange student at the University of Toronto, and I will be answering more questions in the comments. So thank you so much. Bye. God bless you. Love you.